And away we go. Right then. Small Horse again. 2 nights in the spin. Aren't you a lucky bunch? Apologies early doors, as tonight we are only on YouTube and not on Twitch and Twitter, as is usually the case. I think I fucked something up on StreamYard, so now it's not working. I should get that amended. Toot sweet, mother flippers. We are almost ready for another game. Another game week, should I say. There we go. Is he back? Injury free. Lovely stuff. There's a prick. Just clicking through so we can start the next game week, and I will show you the fixtures at that point. João Paver banned for 8 months. Wow. What the fuck did he do? That is breaking news. Mork shoved João Paver. Oh, João Paver headbutted Mork from Mork and Mindy. Oh dear, João Paver. Oh dear. He dropped the nuts on Mork from Mork and Mindy in a moment of madness. And seemingly, did Mork not get any card for the push? No, nothing at all. He was just allowed to go on his merry way. So I think you've been very, very hard done by there, Matt. So no João Paver for the rest of the season. Hang on, was it? He's in the reserves anyway. Oh, it's in a reserve game. Right, okay. This is making a lot more sense now. Right, fine. So you couldn't have given less of a shit about that anyway, right. No problem at all. Right, there we go. Here we go. Right, these then are the fixtures for tonight. 3 Division A multi-team games, which is great news. Only 2 in the B division. So we'll get rid of a few of them early doors. In fact, that was the one I was going to go to first and foremost. How are these wanting to move already? Unbelievable. We will crack through Ebbs's game very fast, as that is definitely going to be a loss for the Goalie Trinity. Eon Jess, first to score. And we have a need for a midfield reinforcement. Does any of these? We've got a striker on the bench, sort of. Another striker, sort of, on the bench. So we'll try with Sunday Say. Is there going to be any more goals in this? Not yet. Unsurprisingly, the goalkeeper doing quite well for Goalie Trinity. No further goals yet. With 11 shots on target, wow. And it seems odd to say. I think Tim Flowers has been robbed of a man of the match performance there. Steve Tolios with a 4 out of 10 performance there. Wow. Seems odd to say after that, but good performance, sort of, from Goalie Trinity. Right, who else is not going to be here? Here we go. Legends against St. Anger and Antonio Fortes. Unsurprisingly, St. Anger have a red card as well, 2 minutes into the game. But have, as has been the case, snuck himself a goal. Chris Hope with very much dominating the game again. Chris Hope sneaking another goal for the Flamingos. But Pedros pulls even. Will there be a third for the Flamingos? No. Unfortunately, after seemingly poor performance from Jose Luis Chilavert, letting in the only 2 shots on target, but still somehow getting a 7, it is only a point. We will do Swanee against. There we go. No, because we have. Where is it? Where is it? There was another team just playing against themselves. Who was that? Evening, Matt. Evening. A big news for yourself is that João Paiva has got an 8-month ban. Chilavert, yes. Chilavert was one of a few goalkeepers used to take free kicks and penalties. Yeah, he was Paraguayan, I want to say. Definitely in Euro 94. Him and George Campos were taking penalties and free kicks and stuff. And then there was also Rogerio, who is a Unicorns legend now. He would Wanderers was the other team. Who would take penalties and free kicks and stuff as well. Certainly free kicks. And then René Higuita used to do some mad stuff as well, didn't he? So. Right, he would wonder. I'll tell you what, Matt, while you're here, we will play our game up next. Top of the league, doing pretty well so far. I'd say pretty well, unbeaten so far. Not played. I'll be the first human managed team in the league to be played. Not won against a human team yet this season after the cup games. Is there any changes you'd like to make ahead of the game? As it's against me as well, we will take as much time as you need. In fact, I will even give you a, well, not so much sneak preview, but an entire look at how my team goes as well. Exactly as it was last game, apart from Almeida comes in. Does he? Yeah, for Van Petter. And as we got dicked last game, I can imagine it's not going to go particularly well. So there we go. Let's go for it. No problem. No changes. Away we go. Slow that down a little bit. Unicorns against the Golden Legacy, the informed team, as it is. And I was about to say, looks like the Legacy on top so far, and it's going to be a very familiar position this season as the Unicorns go behind. Much like Stefan Posma, I was going to say we like it from behind, but I don't think that's going to be the case this season. 2-0, nothing doing. 2 out of 3 shots gone in against Julio Cesar. Fucking rubbish from the Unicorns. Much, much better from the Legacy players. So I'm going to have to change up something. Let's have a look. I think we give Sorondo the hook. And go like that in the middle. No changes until 60 for Matt. No problem at all. And these two still not doing anything at all. So I am going to bring on a striker. Hope that this does something. And we'll do this as well. Why not? So we shall go to 60, see if I can get absolutely anything going. And Marquez scores. Excellent news. And Fortune West immediately puts me back in my seat. Well, fuck off. That's annoying. Fucking hell. He's still not doing anything, is it, Roger? Back at dicks. Almost back into it there. Certainly look a bit less shit, but both goalkeepers looking really fucking shaky. 3 out of 4 shots gone in. Ridiculous. Evening, Paul. Your game is up next. Perfect timing. I don't think there's going to be any real changes needed for Matt here, in all honesty. Nobody looks leggy or tired at all. Alvaro, the only one on a 6, potentially might get hooked for, say, Panayi or Panayi, however you say it. But I don't think there's any worries at all that this is going Matt's way here. Thorpe and Mitch on. Yeah, no problem. Presumably for both the strikers. No, Q4 and Somerville. So, yeah, it's going to be that one for Q4 and that one for Somerville. Presumably, let me know that that is exactly as you're looking for, because again, with it being against me, I'd really rather not be accused of anything untoward. Excellent. Thank you, Matt. Mostly because I don't know how to do any of that sort of shenanigans, as we've seen elsewhere. But unless I score very, very quickly, I think this one's gone for the Unicorns. Unbelievable. I've been very unlucky here, I will say. Goal disallowed and a penalty there, just waved away. Certainly looked the better eventually. But yeah, no, another one that the keeper's thrown in a 5. Can't do a lot about that. Leo Fortune West has absolutely done me. Absolutely done me. Masterclass from the old man. Good game, Matt. Well done. Maintain that spot at the top of the league and almost certainly deserved. And look at that. As if the game knew that I was talking about them. Dreistreifen straight in as the next game as well. And that is rocks. Lovely. Has made a little change there as well, which I'm going to do quickly now. They're not playing, so it doesn't make any difference. So somebody remind me to do that. This is how we go then, Paul. Trying to maintain that particularly good record so far. Little change with the midfielders moving forward into that attacking position. So like a minimal interest sort of formation here. Looks a lot more deadly going forward, I think. And hopefully create a little bit more. Swempole Stars, the whipping boys, or one of the whipping boys of the league. So should, in theory, hopefully see a good result for Paul, the Teflon Don. It looks to be the case so far that they are more attacking, certainly look on top, but haven't broken the deadlock yet. Flo going close. And again, Flo going close. He's all Tour Andre Flo at the minute. Seems to have had a lot of efforts. Nothing to show for it as yet. And I was about to say, not really facing much from the Swempole Stars. And of course, the first shot that they have on target is the one that goes in. Really, really unlucky there. And as we said, it looked like all Tour Andre Flo there. And yeah, just a bit unlucky in front of goal, it seems. Paul Lambert also not pulling his weight. Otherwise, looking pretty good. Yeah. Just letting people know that it's only on YouTube, unfortunately, tonight. As is, lovely stuff. Paul Lambert gets a reprieve. Another 15 minutes on the pitch at the very least. And there we go. That is the Tourangeau flow goal we've been waiting for. Only took 2 minutes after the restart. With the Teflon Don whispering sweet nothings into his ear. That's taken ages from the 60-minute click to come in. Yori Littleman having an absolute worldie behind the striker there. Paul Lambert really struggling in that defensive midfield position. I would expect to see maybe Ole Gunnar Solskjaer coming on for one of these midfield options. Koku push back, Philip Koku, sorry, push back, and then one of these midfielders coming back, and Solskjaer maybe in behind a two, or as that forward-thinking player behind the striker. To give him a bit more option. I would not expect to see Paul Lambert staying on the pitch for very much longer at all. Give Paul a little bit of time to have a look at his team. Pull a rabbit out of a hat. Very much been the better side on paper and seemingly on screen as well. It's just Stefan Posma. He loves it from behind, and he loves bit of pegging, being pegged back in front of his goal. He's doing very, very well there. Very, very well. But do not get on the wrong side of his misses. She'll struggle to sit down for a week. Conditions-wise, Smeetser looks a bit rough because he's not played yet this season, and Tourangeau Flow has run himself into the ground. Does look a bit tired. Other than that, absolutely fine. Evening, Steve. Evening. Good to have you, my man. 1-1 so far in this game. Finally poised, but very much in the ascendancy of Dreischstreifen. And understandably, Paul's taking his time to put a plan together. Best attacking team in the league can't score. I'm playing the Puppies tonight, which I'm not looking forward to. Not seen Tato yet, in fairness, so he might have a clear run at it. Did mention he'd got the kids on his Larry again, so might not make it. Lambert off and Koku back. That was expected. Smeetser, midfield centre. Centralised Littleman and Carrier. And then Ollie on. Presumably like that. Is that what we're saying? Then Lambert for Solskjaer. Like that. Not a problem, mate. I'm just messaging Tato now to let him know that you'll be up next. Perfect, lovely stuff. That's what we like to see. Just double check with them arrows and stuff as well. Happy with that. That's kind of what I was expecting to see. A bit of attacking intent here while they're on form. I was going to say the super sub Ollie Solskjaer is on, but it's Lalatovic, the captain, who makes it up from the back to score what could be the winner, unless we see something from the Swim Pool Stars. Into the last minute now. Are they going to hold on? They are indeed going to hold on. Very, very good value again for the win from Dry Streifen. The 3 stripes are not out of it yet. Look at that. Into contention, only just behind the front runners as well, within a game of it. I have given Tato a little nudge. He is not cropped up yet. So let's have a look. We've still got who's Snoopy playing. I'm going to squeeze through this one nice and quickly. You've got some good strikers, in fairness, Paul. I like Andy Cole. Torrent Flow's doing really well. Solskjaer, I think, maybe playing it in a 2. Looked a bit more dangerous towards the end there. So maybe that might be the unlocking, the key to unlocking some of these defenses. Who knows? Certainly been doing. In fact, neither team are here, so we'll go very fast on this one while we wait to see if Tato does roll up. Koku, the free transfer team against the Golfers. And it is the free transfer team. Looks like they might be able to get out of that losing slump. And it is indeed a 1-0 win for them. And looks like Tato is not here. Yes, Teffer's well-deserved victory. And gracious in victory as well. Lovely. Not made any change. Oh, you did make one change. Diarra coming in, Victor coming in, and Mendonca all coming in for their debuts. Just look freshen up. Same tactics. My apologies. Eiffel coming in off the bench as well for potential debut. There we go. That'll do for the rest of them. And no changes for Tato, I don't think. Just double checking, making sure. I've been going backwards and forwards with him about a few other bits and pieces. But no, lovely. So no changes needed. Kuto back in. Oh, probably want Redondo back in, actually. And then who did he have on the bench? Fuck it, that'll do. He'll be fine with that. He won't be asked entirely. Fullerton has been very good so far, in fairness, in that defensive midfield positioning. 2 stalwarts of the Super League, former streamers, half of the Steerco, are up against each other. Bashir has been very good, and it is the Swemp legend. And was he the one who got the hat trick for the Sloths as well? Jorgensen wasn't the player that Steve brought into his Swemp team, but was an absolute success for him in Swemp, and has been doing very well for him so far this season. Just about on top of it in terms of stats, other than Jorgensen, pretty standard, pretty average across the board for everybody else on the pitch. Costinha looks just about on par with Jorgensen as well. It'd be interesting to see if there's any changes. Down half time. I'll let Tato know. As is for now, mate. No problems. That's probably a good idea. Give Tato no chance to turn up. There we go. Oh, bang on 60 minutes, Steve. That is how you do it, mate. Don't know why you're moaning every week. There we go. Looking a lot more in control now. Although have conceded more shots on goal. Still nothing on target. But yeah, looking a lot better. Still all at 6s and 7s for the Arcanine, for the Fiery Dogs, with the fucking nonsense Pokemon-related shenanigans the boys want to be known as. And pretty in control without it being too unconvincing so far. Please, mate, that is all absolutely fine. But what I feel is on the pitch for his debut. And we'll play this one to 90 minutes. Looking a lot more orange, and I was about to say could be a goal to bring it back level at any minute, but whites are back in it, oranges are back in it. It is a ding-dong battle so far. Could not call it either way as to who might get the next goal, potentially winning goal in the last 5 minutes of this game. We'll slow it down a little bit, slow it down. And that is it. A last-minute Yassir Basir goal. Is that going to be the undoing for the White Rose? Last opportunity. No! Oof, created lots and lots and lots. Really, really suspect in front of goal, but a third of those shots did go in, as opposed to only a fifth of the White Rose team. Very, very good performance from both sides. Basir, who was highlighted as a danger man by the early doors, was the man who broke the White Rose hearts. Kirkland doing very well in goal. Both keepers having a good game again. And yeah, there's no obvious played it 4 times and drew 1 all every time. There you go. Cheating Pokemon cunts. There you go. But yeah, very good game that. Blades here. I didn't know he played for the Blades. No problem, mate. Do you want me to give you a nudge, Steve, when your next game is? Or are you not asked? Very good game, actually. Absolute ding-dong battle, as they say. Asna's not here, so we will drop Ibergaza in there. It can be number 11. And we'll smash through that game, because that's going to be an easy win. Hey, perfect timing, Tato. Cracking a comeback, mate. And it is indeed Ewood Wanderers making it 2-0. Moskal has been absolutely fucking brilliant so far. A player I have never seen nor heard of before. I can't remember if it was one I picked out as one of the extra 5, but more than likely one of Asna's little picks. He's the tactical wizard. Look at the state of that. What a fucking player that is that he's picked. I did not see any of this. Fucking brilliant. No wonder he's doing so well. That's now 6 goals in 7 games for a fucking defender. Unreal. What a fucking player that is. The Boston Patriots looking to stay top of the table. Yeah, I think we left that there. And the surprisingly successful so far Welshman also in with a shout, and it is this is a terrible fucking colour system. Can't believe I let that one go through. It's 2-0 already. But a comeback goal. James Thomas has been very good so far. 3rd goal of the season for him, and a comeback goal as well. It's 3-2. Another fucking ding dong battle. The manager versus manager games are absolutely whisper close at the minute. Very, very good. Not seen Ross, nor I know Fifey's not going to be about until we look to record a new episode of the podcast, the Super League podcast, later tonight. Once this stream is done. So I know he's not going to be about. Have we got any other games? We've got Dimble's game. I know he's not around either. So we'll get this one out of the way. First and foremost, give Ross a chance to be about. I'm going to give him a nudge, let him know he's on next as well. Tato says, Bashir is a fucking beast. I told you he was going to bang, and he's not wrong. He is not wrong at all. The Grimsby Gonads against the Polish Pariahs. I don't fucking know. Hey, well done, Ross. I thought I'd seen you earlier as well. Top man. Lovely. We'll get you on next, mate. You and Paul have got 2 similar bloody pictures. Shambles. Right, and Gulo was one of those that wasn't 100% to start because he was injured before the game started. And Orlandini almost came in, so it's almost kismet that he gets to finish the game off anyway. Yeah, you mentioned about Chilavert earlier, didn't you? Absolute shambles. Evening Ross. Lovely. There we go. Another human manager victory. No changes for 5 feet because he's not here and he can't be asked. Bit busy with his real life, little fucker. Yeah, that's my missus saying goodnight as well. Night, sweetie pie. Love you so bloody much. You are everything in the world. Oh, fuck, I haven't muted it. There we go. Oh, there was one change I did for you, Ross, that I was going to mention. I assumed you'd be there as well, to be fair. Was Chris in his suspension. I popped Alpine in, who had been the sort of second place. It's one of the things I asked you at the start of the season was, what's your first choice, what's your second choice, what's your third choice? And then pop Neighbour on the bench there for you in his place. Let me know. That was not my mum texting, no, as was highlighted in the Super League chat earlier. My mum, unfortunately, has passed away a decade ago. Hence the age-old question of whether you would go forwards into your mum or backwards into your dad. I would have been very surprised if I was able to go forward into my mum. And on that bombshell, I shall get another drink. Have a little look, Ross. Make sure you're happy with the centre-back substitution there. Alpine and Neighbour ahead of Chris and Alpine on the bench. While you have a look. Rebrov, here we go. Rebrov swap for Nuno Gomez and Tugai for Reina. Not a problem at all. Lovely. And we're leaving them off the bench as well, mate. Let me know. While I grab a drink. Oh, Paul sent me a voice note. Shall I be reading this? Shall I listen to this on stream, Paul? Or is this for my ears only? Is that what we're saying? For Reina. Cool. Let me know if you do want them on the bench at all, mate. Too good to say sub 4. Good to go. Lovely. No problem. Like that. And away we go.
I know. As soon as I pressed send, I'd fucking done it. Oh, smokes. Sorry, mate. Sorry.
Love you too, darling. And Jordic scoring the first one. Lovely stuff. There we go. And it is a comeback goal for Marcelinho Paraiba. That's how you say that. Paraiba? I don't know. Unlucky. That is dominant. Dominant performance so far from Falls Rush In and Fifey's team. It has been a subpar Tim Howard performance. And Marcos having a very good performance after his howler last game. That's sort of keeping them in it, as it seems to be the case. Dominant. Very lucky, to be fair, Ross, to be on par with them. You haven't been yet, Rox. No, you are on the next day's worth of games, Sunday games. So you will be on next game, as this is the last one of the Saturday games. Aranzabal looks a bit leggy, but otherwise absolutely fine in terms of condition. It's also on a 6, so might see replaced by Julie or Gooley. Maybe, not sure. Probably just going to be an as is for the time being from Ross. Maybe something a bit more attacking, as was the case in the last game where he pushed a couple of players forward, didn't he? If I remember rightly. Rosenquist for Yavi, then move to forward. There we go. That's what I remember from the last game. Javi Moreno on for Thomas Rosenquist. And if you just confirm with a that'll do, a thumbs up, and okay, unicorn head, whatever, just so I know that you're golden with that. Just had to explain all of that to Tam. All good, lovely stuff. Just for the time being with you, a couple of new guys who haven't been in the league for the previous seasons, and I've not seen you in other leagues and stuff for the time being. I'll make sure that I get a definitive confirmation. Nuno Gomez with a goal. Lovely that change looks to be. Just so everybody's happy and I know what I'm doing ahead of time. Marcus having a really, really good game there as well. And yeah, again, just looks like the left back's having a bit of a leggy game. Definitely looking a lot better in that second half, the start of the second half. So a bollocking from the Horn man. Really kick up the half. And that tactical change looks to have done him the world of good as well for the Silverbacks. So that's good to see. As it's going to be the case, no 5s, all 6s and 7s. So we'll leave the Fools Rush in unless 5 feet appears at some point. As we await any changes from the artist formerly known as the Ass Man. Now the Billy Gunman. I don't know. The Julie Fetteranzabal. That's what I thought was coming. And Ili Fikovicevic. And away we go. Lovely. That's what we like to see. Nice and quick. And Kevin Phillips, as with the case in the last match, a late goal for Kevin Phillips. We'll slow this. Oh, I was about to say we'll slow this one down, and it is a 5th goal of the game, and a 3rd for the Silverbacks, who very, very much deserved that on the second half performance. Look, it's literally a game of 2 halves. That in the Silverbacks look fucking dire in that first half. Very much nothing created, backs to the wall, 6 shots, 6 on target, and the tables have turned. An extra 5 shots, but only 1 on target for the Fools Rush in, and that went in fairness. Even with Marcos getting man of the match, Tim Howard does have some answers to give to Fifey there. But that makes Golden Legacy still at top of the crop and upsetting for everybody. Fucking Tato and Duggan still stuck there in second position, but have got that defeat to their name, and the two games ahead of probably everyone's favourite for the title in this league, as they were in the last 2 seasons and did nothing about it. The Bunnies. Oh, I didn't look at the B league there. That was my bad. Apologies. Ewood Wanderers and the Boston Patriots still steaming ahead, unbeaten, seemingly without any worries. Yeah, very good victory. That is, Ross. Well done, mate. Fools Racine, their first loss of the season. Dreischsteifen, they're very much catching up with them. It's a win or a loss for the Welshman. Goals galore in the games regardless. And the Flamingos rocking in the top 10. And probably as expected with how the season's going, Goalie Trinity and Dynamo Mega Horse taking those bottom 2 spots with Future Legends and Swempool Stars very much there for the taking as well. That is a bad looking pack to put out for Dimble in the next game. But as it is Sunday, we will expect to see another couple of teams. Ones that didn't play. There we go. In fact, I think it is only the bunnies, the boxed bunnies in this game. So Manso in for Romagnoli was the only change there. For Rocks, although Navas is back. We did have him as one of the subs at one point, didn't we? And we are away from home, which means same formation, so we're okay with that. If it's still here, Rocks, if you just confirm, go lovely. There we go. Number 49 for Damien Manzo, as I know that is your kind of shenanigans. The Dead Men against the Bunny Men, and it is Damien Manzo. Rocks seemingly knowing what is going to happen before it fucking happens. On his debut, a goal. That is why you're everybody's favourite to win the bloody thing. Facundo Sava. Unbelievable. Is he in the Super League this season? Or are you hoping for him to be in the Super League this season? Go play. Lovely. Ooh, RIP FC. Do pull one back. Ahead of that 60-minute stoppage. Another one bang on 60 minutes. I don't know why everybody else makes it look so fucking different. No, he's not. He could be an out-of-league option if that is something that Fifey decides to bring in. Of course he's not in the fucking Super League. He's in here. Oh, Jesus. Well, I set this up. I made the fucking rules. Shambles. Idiot. Will, of course, was one of the questions that Paul finally got Lou in, don't let it slip. It was one of the questions that Paul asked ahead of the season, with some of the managers obviously being in the Super League. Even more managers now. We've got two new Super League teams managed by two Small Horse team managers for the next season. If they get brought in as out of league signings into the Super League, doesn't make any difference to squads here, as the stipulation for nothing in the for no players in the Super League was based on as it was for the first season. Anything after that is fair game. Here we go. Hurtado off for Forlan. Oh, fucking hell. Yeah. Forlan up front. Got you like that. And then like that. Forlan right there. Yeah. There we go. Got it. Lovely. Hopefully that's what. Hopefully that's right. Perfect to play. Lovely stuff. That's what we like to see. Caution to the winds. Technically against the team of Ghosts, so should win this even without a centre-back and play. Love to see it. I'm very much looking forward to facing Rocks in the Super League this season, as I think it's going to be the most mental tactic versus tactic game in the league. Third goal as well. Not only have they not conceded with no centre back. They've gone up the other end and scored another fucking goal. Masterclass. Absolute masterclass. Love to see it. And that will steam them at the top of the table, towards the top of the table, sorry, with a game in hand, only a point behind the Golden Legacy, and deservedly so far. Lovely stuff. Excellent. I don't think there's going to be many defenders when we see the Exiles against the Unicorns. You have indeed graced the fairway, Mr. Noops. You did okay from what I remember. I don't think you won, but you certainly did okay. Yeah, just about lost. With a better team, in all honesty. Yeah, just weren't quite good enough to get over the fairway, I'm afraid. Yeah, didn't quite fall in a bunker. You did okay. Right, let's click through. It's not a bloody. It's not another. Yeah, it is just this week. It's not a fucking another. Build up the praise. Not another international break. We will, of course, do another game while it's only 9:15, and Fife is still not arrived yet, so we're not worrying about anything podcasty yet. It's one of the few issues with the save that I've built here. Is one or two issues. One issue being that everyone's a fucking contract, but that's always the case with builds like this. But everyone's fucking miserable about being in Greece as well for some reason. Yeah, look, he wants to be paid what he deserves. Excellent, not a problem. You can have a new contract. But he wants to be paid what he deserves, but right, squad status. Right, okay. What the fuck is wrong with you, miserable prick? What? Oh, honestly, Rox, this cunt is going to get binned in a minute. I'm okay to go, mate, as is, bar an injury or suspension. I'll have to sneak. Not a problem at all again, mate. No problem at all. That's always the case with this league. No problems with sneaking in and out, and I'm not one that's going to be worried if there's people here or not. In all honesty, because I'm just going to keep smashing through the games till we get to the tail end of the season. Oof, £22 million. Why? It's not bad. Not a bad bid. Into Tuesday. I've no idea, and that's kind of the problem. So I never actually edit any of the players themselves when I'm editing, the Small Horse especially. Never edit any of the players. Yeah, there's another bloody league game. Right. There we go. Lovely. We'll get that one out of the way for Dimble. You can buy players. Yeah. Unfortunately, the Greek transfer window is closed, which I was not expecting because I did no testing. But as soon as it's open again, yeah, you buy players, do whatever the fuck you want. Treat these teams as if it was effectively a home save. Whatever you would normally do and you want to do with your team, let me know. I'll do it for you. Excellent. Another victory for Dibble. I tried editing a young team. My kids' football team actually set in conference and all like 16, but they're all crying because they want to leave. There you go. Lovely. Yeah. I was expecting that with my Smuts-a-thon team with the General Smuts player that I put in at 14 and the Tyler the Creator player that I put in at 14. I was expecting them to be wanting to go to a big club, eventually. But I think I set loyalty to 20 and they seem fine. Weren't moaning too much. Hey, love that. Oh, that's class, mate. I really like that. Let me know how you're getting on. I want to. I love seeing some of your fucking mental saves. Yeah, I really like that. That sort of idea of coming up through with a player. Yeah, I think it'd be good to. I think that's the sort of thing, if I remember rightly, Stee and Dimble did a CMFC or they had all of us lot sort of in it. I don't know what they did. I think they maybe put everybody as a randomly generated level of ability, and -1 or -2 or something potential. See how people got on. I remember my player was fucking rubbish, which was interesting. There we go. Right, straight into it, and of course you don't have a fixture until. Oh, not at all. There you go. You don't need to worry about it. Noopy, you don't have a fixture this week. Yeah. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 7 out of the 8. There's the extra game. Yep. No, don't need to worry about it. There you go. Keep mine the same and play it through. Lovely. Yeah, they did, didn't they? Oh, it's fucking rubbish as well. Brilliant. Right, well, we'll get your game out of the way nice and quick then. Rocks. So Tato not got a game. Matt's got a game the next. And yeah, there we go. There we go. Bunnies against the Renford Rejects. This is going to be an absolute walkover, this is. So we'll get this one out of the way nice and quick. Lovely. No worries, mate. It's class as always to have you. Derry Hagainer, or Kagainer, whoever it is. And Delgado scoring as well. Like I said, this is going to be a walkover. Let's get this one done. Done and dusted. Really does show how shit Leicester were in the early noughties. Oh, I thought I was a third one then. Any other players brought in? Can't see any of these. All played for Leicester. Fucking Peter Canero. Any changes, Rocks? I imagine it is a no. Crack on. Play it through. Mega speed. Lovely. Dion Dublin with a goal. Interesting if there's a third. Oh, there is a third. And 3-1. Very dominant again. Absolutely smashed through. Easy as that. Right. Who have we still got here? We've got absolutely easy. Wonderful again, mate. Easy. And another easy victory, hopefully, for one of the human managers in Asman Ross. Who this was named before you got the Stackington job. So the no longer Asman Ross. I don't know. You can't give yourself a nickname, can you? Or can you? Oh yeah, you can. Hey, perfect timing, Duggan, as you can take charge of the Arcanine game on the next next game round. Any left backs in the reserves? Let's have a look at what we've got in terms of left backs. Plenty of options, in fairness. Not a player I've ever seen before. Looks all right, though, to be fair. Callum somewhere maybe we've seen already. You will have missed it, but you came from behind against Steve and won 2-1 in the first game. Yeah, it's been the only sort of letdown so far for Ross is your left back. Interesting to see that you've identified that and looking at options. Yeah, Wome would be the only one who's, actually left-footed. Stuff, you are joint second, so third technically. Gallas up to the main squad and put that DL, not a problem at all. Was he? Well, no wonder he's knackered. He was in the fucking reserves. Fucking shambles. Drop Tony Adams down for the time being, just because I'm really OCD about that being. Don't like the scroller. There's no need for it. Who else is miserable? Everybody wants fucking contracts. Dislikes Javi Moreno. Believes he's indispensable to the club. Fine. Everyone thinks Javi Moreno is a dick. Rosenquist for Tomic. No problem. That's a decent swap as well, to be honest, in that midfield slot. Any more, let me know, mate. Those two I've done. And then we'll crack on. Hey, Fifey's back. Lovely, mate. On to round 2 fixtures. Let's go. Lovely stuff. I really shouldn't be multitasking. I cannot do it. Number 25, William Gallas. And away we go. This should be, if form plays any part in it, an away victory. I do like that away kit, to be honest. Really clean. One of 2 Mega Horse / Schwemp related teams in the leagues. The Schwemp All Stars. Dynamo Mega Horse being the other one that Dan helped put together. Far more of a fan of putting silly names on a team than he was and actually managing the team, bless him. Pretty even, considering there was no goals so far. Again, both keepers. Hey, welcome 5 feet. As I said, I'll get you on next, mate. And then you can... Curtis Woodhouse has not been sent off yet. As Dimble will be very happy to see. It's a deep swim cut, that is. latest signing. That's not one I remember. Apparently it is. As is, lovely stuff. We'll go through to 60 minutes. I don't think there's much needed change in there, if I'm honest. That's a good call. Certainly a lot. I was going to say certainly a lot more of the darker grey and black of the away team. So expecting a goal to come any minute. I might still expect them to go with that third striker, as has been the case. But looks very, very even again. Really, really even. 2-year-old Swemp reference there, Smuts, for the hardcore fans. Yeah, definitely. In fairness, there's a Get Sheer on reference last night that you missed as well, which was still, for the longest time, I might need to double check, was part of my Twitch password. It was one of the passwords that I set up specifically to pass over to you to set up something for the first Smuts-a-thon. I realised it was still the fucking password because it was just left as the it is for COVID. It was left in the saved passwords for some reason. For COVID class, yeah, there you go. I think I changed it to get and then used a 1 for the I and she for some reason. It's the only thing I set it up as a password for before anyone starts trying to fucking hack into my bank account or anything. Everybody knows that is 1, 2, 3, 4. Assuming there's no more changes there, Ross, we will crack on to the end. Do shout if there's anything else. Yeah, no problem. With that arrow there, let me know about that arrow. Move Tommy Jarrett. Perfect. Lovely stuff. And if you're happy with that, again, if you can just thumbs up and okay, eggplant emoji, whatever you want. Just so I know we're golden. Oh, I put the fucking heating back on as it's fucking Baltic. Whoa. Roll. Excellent. Is there going to be another twist? Gorilla emoji is absolutely fine as well. I would take that as gospel that we're good to go. It's not been as easy as expected, in fairness. At home, the Swemp All-Stars look okay. Yeah, I can if there is another goal to come, you would... Oh, I was about to say you would hope it be from the away team. Oh, no! Oh, dear. And curse of the commentator there. Not only is there a 90th minute seemingly equaliser for the Swemp All-Stars, Marcos, who's been doing really, really well the last couple of games and was on an 8. Oh dear. Has given away a penalty, got himself sent off. And this is probably going to be the last kick of the game. This is peak Small Horse. This is. I know this is your first season, Duggan, but this is not the first time this has happened. The dumbest shit always happens in this league. I don't know why. I wish I could say it was something that I've done in the editing, but it's not. And I will say, great ending incoming, regardless of whether it's a goal or a saved penalty. Omer for Tomic, not a problem at all. And unlike you will potentially find in the Super League next season, you can do whatever you want in terms of changing tactics, etc. for a red card. Do what you fucking want. I don't care. presumably that is all we want ahead of a gorilla emoji, etc., etc. As it is going to be the last kick of the game, I'm not expecting much else, so I will slow it down, and we will await with bated breath the final kick of the game. 93rd minute. Penalty for the Swemp All-Stars. Up steps Diop, sends the keeper the wrong way. Final whistle. Absolute scenes. Oh, wow. You are indeed due another game, Dibble. Not a problem at all, mate. I mean, if you're looking at it on paper, that's a fucking brilliant. That is one of the best 2-1s I've ever seen. That's absolutely fucking mental. Wow. Wow. Yeah, there we go. Your team is absolutely obliterated as well, Dimble. So it's good that you're here because you have a quick look at that to see. In fairness, that was going to be done anyway. Potentially nothing to worry about, in fairness with you there. But I did promise Fifey would be up everywhere. Would be up next, sorry. As Swanee's not here. Limbs everywhere indeed. Diop is the boy. He is very much a Swemp all-star. Any changes that you might want, Fifey? Yeah, no problem at all. I assumed that was the case. As I said to you earlier, I do try and make the common sense changes where possible. Almost in direct opposition to what I would do for my own team. Fucking hell, a bunch of miserable pricks in full rush in. Fucking hell. Yeah, any changes, Fifey, mate? If he's still there. Kevin Phillips has been fucking brilliant so far. Absolutely class. And another Leicester City legend as well. Turned up at 40 years old in the Championship. Played one game, scored one goal, did a Zimmer frame celebration, joined the coaching staff, was never seen again. Class. Will Tord for Pierre Van Hooijdonk and roll. Not a problem at all. And do that and that for the Welshman. And they've been doing pretty well, in fairness. I don't think there's going to be any changes really required. Another ex-Leicester City player joins the league, Danny Coyne. So Grimsby legend as well, Dimble. Would expect on the form of things a close game here. John Hartson scores first. Kevin Phillips, as we said, having a very, very good season. And does score. Is the kind of player that will do, is probably at the top end of the ability-wise for the small horse and should, in theory, do really, really well. He'd be one of the ones where it probably is above the 150 current ability mark that we capped last season, but also was below that Super League quality of players as well. So it's one of those players that gets in this season but wouldn't have been able to last season, and just increases the ability of some of the squads. So actually really good to see him doing really well. Means that sort of decision to take away the arbitrary 150 current ability sort of caveat actually actually was okay. Can you see stats, please? Of course. I do apologise. When there's a professional in the building, my standards do have to increase. None of this me clicking around wildly nonsense. The reserve, the other team stats as well, in case you give a shit. Invincible or invincible for Guti. No problem at all. And go. Very even first half so far, as expected. And it is just on the click there. Conspiracy theorists will say. Always happens. Oof, you've got to be looking at your keeper at this point, and then you're seeing those results as well. Tim Howard again. A fucking shocker in that first game. Only 2 shots in. 2 of the only 2 shots he had in the last game as well. He would be well and truly in the bin if it was me in charge. Everyone, in fairness, 7 and 8 is doing okay. Probably were able to get anything on target, you'd look at them and say, should be doing better than they are. Paoletta looks the more suspect in front of goal. Doesn't look particularly good value for that 7 out of 10, in all honesty. So it might be the one that we see make way. Absolutely fine in terms of condition, 5 feet. So I wouldn't worry too much about that. Here is where Super League chairman, former and Super League star winner, earns his stripes here. Invincible for Marcelino. Go 3 up top and sub for Wiltord. Right, hang on. Invincible for Marcelino. Am I missing? And sub for Wiltord. Right, there we go. Gotcha. 3 up top, central Robbie. There we go. With you. And then, am I changing any of these front 3 around here? Is that arrow there as well? Don't know why that baffled me quite so much then. Perfectly clear now. I've looked at it again. Roll cheers, lovely. There we go. Here we are. Are we going to see the Fools back into the game? I was about to say looking more likely than was a bit. There it is. Kevin Phillips again with a late goal. Anything past that 70-minute mark, and Kevin Phillips has been fucking lethal so far this season. Well-deserved points there. You've been very, very unfortunate not to come away with the point there, 5. I'll be honest. I did expect a tight game to start, and in fairness, using my own rules, Robbie Savage should have come off earlier than that. So I apologise to Swanee. Mark Delaney should have been on for Robbie Savage there. So that's my fault. But in fairness, it looked good value for a 2-2 draw anyway. We'll look at your stats there, 5 feet as well. Etc. etc. Kevin Phillips, very much been one of the players of the season so far. Few indeed. You did mention Zamo Rano in and roll when it's time. Cheers, lovely. Yeah, that was the sort of common sense way I looked at it as well. Unlucky Mr. Swan is not here. As a note, Fire Dogs are effectively on the next set of fixtures. So if you look I can't put you in at the minute because your fixtures on the Sunday and we're on the Saturday still. Otherwise, I would have put you on next, mate. Yeah. It was a very good game, in fairness. There have been a lot of good games tonight. It's been, unlike last night when we ended on 2-0 fucking draws, it's been pretty good so far. No need to change anything in. He's fucking off to reserves anyway. Annoying little shit. Wants a new challenge. Miserable prick. Paid what he deserves. Everybody wants a new fucking contract. Right, I'm going to do them all off screen. No need to change anything for Stu. Two sort of out of form teams, in fairness, but looking towards the top end of the. They've got no worries about relegation, unlike a certain team. But yeah, also not looking like title contenders yet. Lovely, no worries, mate. But it is the pro wrestling / bodybuilding good question, Paul. Did you see? I missed it. I wasn't looking for your name. So was your name grayed out on that list? If it was, then yes. If it wasn't, we'll get you on next. Go to 60. Lovely. No problem. Fucking hell, missed the screen. Tommy Grant. Oh, that is a big miss. That is. That very, very solid sort of defensive midfield duo there. You've got Asun Sao or Ito available to come in there. But it looks like a downgrade regardless of who you bring in there, in all honesty. It is Asun Sao that comes in. Probably who I would have gone with as well. Jesus Christ, that absolutely flew through. Oh, it keeps going to fucking extra fast. Sorry. I do make this look fucking difficult every time I do one of these these fucking streams. I don't think you're that fussed about condition, but everyone. Benitez looks a bit leggy. Edmondo's old, so he does look a bit out on his feet as well, but otherwise okay. Expecting maybe a Neuville or a Poirier for Edmondo, or a Poirier for Valeron maybe. Go a bit more attacking. Maybe even a Sonny Anderson for one of the strikers. We shall see. I don't think this will go by without some form of change. Ito for Bulant, go one at the back, 3 DMs. Anderson for Jankowski and go. Are you happy with those three in that order as well? Just let me just confirm before I crack on, mate, if you don't mind. Yeah, sounds lovely. Assumed as much, but again, I don't want to. Oh dear. And you've made a third sub as well. Yeah. That is going to be painful unless you're going there. I think that's what I would do, but then I'm a maverick. So you can't make it. It's already done 3 subs, mate. Sorry. It's just like watching the Super League final back. Goal in the United Chelsea game. If interested, couldn't be less interested. No. Rocks might give a shit as a Chelsea fan, a borderline Chelsea fan. Yeah, like that. And arrow on Valeron. Lovely. Excellent. I've been unlucky with injuries in this game, in fairness, Dimble. And Sonny Anderson with his first of the season, I believe his first of the season, to level it up for the Fishermen. Are we going to see a twist in the tail? Doesn't look like it. And good value for a point again there, in fairness. And unlucky with injuries. And again, if I was watching properly, Helder Rosario should have come off there by all rights. So apologies. Yeah, I mean, you've not really got a centre back. Show Sport is sort of a centre back on the bench. So sorry. There we go. Dry Streifen, you are up next. So no, Paul, you have not got to wait until the next round of fixtures. Why is Joey Dunn not playing? Oh no. Who did I bring in for Joey Dunn? Must be Jalland. No, he's been... Oh, it was Fortes. I remember. And then he was on the bench. Yeah, there we go. He would have done a Vercruz up front. Ah, right, okay. He's been out. He's been out for 2 months. That's why he's not played. Unlikely to watch it back, Legends, but just in case. That's why he wasn't playing. Not my fault. Soz. Joey Dunn, the GOAT, gets the GOAT's number as well. Could you send those screenshots, pretty please? Ooh. I think Fifey's on the save, or was considering being on the save for the Super League at the minute, so you might get an answer sooner than you expected on that one. Might. Any changes, Paul, while I've got your team up here? Looks like Van der Lecht, or Ligt, is back. Andy Cole available as well. But actually did very well in that last game. There we go, yes, mate. Wouldn't be expecting to see wholesale changes for Paul here. Might see a little bit of a freshen up. Nope, go for it, please. Excellent. Here we go. Should be a good game, this one. As the Flamingos have actually taken... Oh, penalty shout turned down already. Flamingos are taking it seriously this year. Not playing 0 defenders. And 5 up front. Looking fairly even so far. Joey Dunn's name is floating about a couple of times there, though. Less so now. Littnerman's name more often than Tory Flo. The Cruz unlucky. So, shall we get Shion? Shall we? We shall. At half time. If anyone's on a 5. Get into half time. Absolutely nothing doing from the Flamingos. Is anybody on a 5? No. Can't get Shion yet. Your time will come, darling. Your time will come. Any changes, Paul, mate? That was obviously before kickoff. Have a look at your side. Looking okay so far. Looking in control as well. But that hasn't been the best position for you to be in so far this season. In all honesty, you have dropped a couple of points. I couldn't tell you the reason for it, but you have dropped a couple of points from dominant positions. Might see Torandre Flo make way here, as we've not seen his name at all, and he's only on a 6. For the Super Sub Solskjaer. Yeah, but not really sure I'd be doing too much otherwise. Yeah, it'd be those 2 on a 6 that I'd be potentially looking at, but nothing drastic needed. While they're in the ascendancy and ahead. Are they ahead? Nobody's got a goal next to their name. No, oh, I thought it was 1-0. Don't even fucking pay attention to the stream myself. No, go for it, please. Excellent. We should go to 60. As absolutely nothing happens. Tor Andre Flo is not making it any further. Surely not. Surely not. Carrier off, Ollie on, 2 up top, Yari and Smeets up, forward arrows. Okay. Like that, presumably. Ollie going to start off a Carrier. With that fight, that seemed too quick to me. So I'm going to give you another couple of seconds, Paul, just to double check. Now you've seen that 5. If that changes things, I don't think you've got another striker on the bench, have you? No, not really. Lindemann could go up front, I suppose. Yes, please. Yes, please. What? Yeah. With the delay, I'm going to miss a few bits in terms of you answering questions I've asked 5 minutes ago. That's it. Lovely. You're happy with that? Golden. Perfect. Lovely stuff. Right, let's crack on. See if Tor Andre Flo can pick himself up off the floor, which is 3 letters as his name. First 3 letters of floor. And will it be a Tor Andre Flo game or a Joey Dunn game? Or are we going to finish on a 0-0 again? When I've promised that there'll be no fucking 0-0s all season. And this is going to be the 3rd one already. It is, isn't it? As if a Flamingos game has ended 0-0. 5 goals every Flamingos game last season, and it's 0-0. Duggan's in the league for 5 minutes, and it's 0-0 every fucking game. Another solid point, though, for Paul. Pretty good performances from 11 of the 12 players that played, in fairness. I think Andy Cole might... Love you too, darling. I think Andy Cole might find his way on the bench for one of the more defensive players for the next game, just to give you that as another option. Yeah, definitely happy. Another point, another game without a defeat. Only that one all season. Pretty good so far. Like I said, not overawed by the opposition so far in any of the games, so that's good to see. Right. We will smash through this one as neither manager is here, as is customary. See that, Duggan? Didn't use number 13. Here we go. Here we go. 1-1 at half time, and Laporte comes off injured. That is unlucky. Fuck, I don't know any of these players. Is Tedesco left midfielder? No. Amore. Fucking hell. Yeah, it is Amore, yeah. That'll be the one. Straight in. Anybody on 5? Oh, fucking hell. Useless cup. No, right. Speed through this one. 2 form teams so far, and it is the Ewood Wanderers sneaking ahead with Roberto Baggio with his magical kicks and a 89th minute penalty again. A turn up for the Bucks. Another turnip for the Bucks. A 90th minute Paul Ince red card. Who'd have thunk it? And honours even. Desmond. Probably fair in the grand scheme of things. Greek Freaks are going to win this one easily. 2 or 3 goals. Was that goal disallowed? There we go. Labros Shootos with the first. Another goal disallowed by the look of it. And Vasilias Lakis makes it 2. Will there be more? Yes, there will. Here we go. End then is Steve versus me. I did ask if Steve wanted a nudge. I tell you what, Duggan, take Steve's team as well while you're here, mate. So let me know who you would change for Ivan de la Pena, sorry, as it's against me. This was the team he went with last time out. Obviously, the injury there. He's up at 3. I'll give him a nudge just to let him know. But I did ask at the end of his game, and he disappeared without mentioning anything. You are back against me, pal. Got Duggan in charge if you are a keeper. There you go. So if you want to make a shout, Doug, of who you would put in midfield for De La Pena, if Steve doesn't respond. He's here. Give him 30 seconds. Excellent. He's back. He's sacked up in sauce, mate. Perfect. I do prefer when the manager of the team against me is here as well. Gimps galore. Lovely. Just me. Just you against me left for this day's worth of fixtures, Steve. Then there will be a couple of games, I think 3 games. Royce has sent me, no problem. And then what? Fairness, Barnby, Haman, Pars probably would be. You don't have to say please. You don't have to be polite with me, Steve. I've seen your bollocks. You don't have to be polite with me after you've seen a man's bollocks. It's the rules. Just let me know you're happy with Bahars as he's been in your squad, mate. I'm assuming that's who you would go, which your third, your extra sub. Please take it easy on me. Not a problem at all. Would you just pick your fucking third sub? All good, right? That's. I'm taking that as Bahars. And Giovanni's back. Lovely. He goes into midfield. What's Coelho done? He's done fuck all. And then we'll put him there. Players injured, etc. I'm not making any changes. Let's go to fast. See how we go. I'm gonna go and get another beer, cider, while we inevitably go behind. Fucking get in, Marquez. First to score. Has actually been a very good signing as Marquez. I think that's at least 4 or 5 goals so far from this season. And Dwight York, understandably. Can't look after his child, but can score goals. And probably deserve to be in the goals. Looking at that. All 6s and 7s. Very, very average, in fairness. The only one sticking the head above the parapet is Martin Jorgensen again. And Dwight York getting battered, yeah, to be honest. Does look to be the case. I'll give you the chance to have a butcher's first, my mates. Royce on a yellow, slightly less in terms of condition, and on a 6 would be the one that's probably, there you go, most likely to get himself subbed, and is exactly what happens. And Pahars for Magalans. So I was right to bring Pahars on. Lovely. To the bench. And that's it. Lovely. Right, well, I'm going to have to respond because we do look second best so far. No worries in terms of these 2 fucking AMs. Absolute fucking dog shit. They're going. They're both coming off. All right. Fucking useless, the pair of them. All right, we'll go to 60, see if that does absolutely anything. And it does. Inspired. Tactical genius. I don't think I've ever beat Steve in any iteration of anything ever. I certainly can't remember ever beating you in Swimp. Definitely don't think I've ever beaten you in this, in the 4 seasons that we've done of it. I don't think I can change anything really there. Give you the option of making some changes first, mate. Again, looks okay condition-wise. A few 6s that I'd maybe look at. Jamie Fullerton having a poorer game than he has done is, and Costinha there, in fairness, also struggling in defensive midfield, who have both been really good all season, is probably what is making the difference so far. I don't know what you do in terms of changes there. You've got Kibebe. I don't think that's an upgrade on either of them, even on 6s. So lovely. We're going with one at the back, Savo for Boubacar Diarra. Savo left striker. Everything else as is, so I'm not centralising Gareth Barry. Of course I am, don't you worry. And that does, I'll be honest, that does look quite formidable. I like the look of that. That's got a chance. Lovely, no worries. Lembo on a yellow, on a 6. I've got to bring him off, but he's my captain. No, he's coming off. He's left only, and he's left only as well. I don't like that. I'll do. No, I can't have 2 left-footed centre backs on. It doesn't work. Don't like it. Upside down airplane. Yeah, that's one way of looking at it. Yeah. Right. Can we get this one over the line? I'm not expecting it. As I said, I don't think I've ever beat Steve in any iteration of any Champ Manager game ever. Well, I might beat you in the Super League this year, in fairness. At home, as I beat most people at home. Whoa! Done it, cheater. Hey, sticks and stones, Steve. Sticks and stones. Very, very even, in fairness, on, I was going to say paper, but on screen. Yeah, Julio Cesar, probably the difference, in fairness. Gavilan having a good game. Jorgensen getting man of the match. Odd to see that, and he must have done lots of runs and stuff. A good point. Yeah. Good luck for the rest of the lads. Love you all too, mate. And enjoy your... I think you said you were on holiday. You're going to the airport, so I'm assuming you're going on holiday. Enjoy. Right, next up then is the Sunday fixtures. No, piss off. No. He's going to be very annoyed. He's too good for the team, so he's moaning. Right, I'll fix all of that after the fact. It's all the bids. Come on, we just want the Sunday games. There we go. Right. So we will. Lovely. Right. What I'm going to do, Doug, is I'm going to get this game out of the way first and foremost. I've not seen Matt for a long, long while because I think it was like the first game on. If you are still here, Matt, make your presence known. And we'll get you on next against fans' favourite. No worries, mate, no rush. I assumed you would say that. And we'll get And we will finish with you as the headline act, Doug. Here we go. Neil Somerville was doing bits all season, in fairness. Tony Thorpe brought in as a replacement for the international bound, and a penalty and a red card. Ooh. Assume that's what he would do. I don't think there's going to be too much to worry about when it's Keith Curl taking the penalties. Yeah. Tony Thorpe hat-trick. Reggie Blinker with a goal. And Neil Somerville says, if you're getting an hat-trick, I'm having one as well. Frode Grodas having an absolute shocker for Ken Moncau and his band of merry rejects. Plus Charabalos Muratidis, apparently. Cinema Pongale, you'll like that one, Doug. Makes the bench for some reason. 5-2. This is the goal scoring affair you would expect of a small horse, and their comebacks on is 5-4. Can't be. Surely not. Surely not. It's a penalty. Wow. 6-4, 10-goal thriller. Probably should have finished on that one because yours is going to be a 0-0 now, Doug, and you know it is. It's definitely going to happen. His agent believes he can get a better contract elsewhere at $2,500 a week. I think he'll be fine, mate. Let me know if you want to make any changes, Doug. But you've done pretty well so far, so I'd be surprised if there's going to be much doing. Yeah. That is pure small horse. That is absolute nailed on. And I apologise to Fife. I was expecting to be finished about an hour ago, and be doing the podcast we were supposed to be doing by now. So I hope you weren't expecting an early light, mate. Sorry. Yeah, as is, please. Lovely. And away we go to finish the night. Nowhere is lovely too, mate. Lovely stuff. Pole position. And I know Doug loves a pole as well. Take the lead. I don't think that can't be a Polish player. He is apparently a Polish player that I'd never heard of. Takes the lead. Takes pole position, one could say. If they were quick enough to think of it on their feet. A lot of orange, in fairness. I think when we look at the stats in a minute, I think they're probably unfortunate to be behind, realistically. Yeah, it certainly looks, on the face of it, unlucky to be behind, but Fernando Couto is having a shocker and Jersey Dudek is having a worldie. And there's your difference right there. Maybe tomorrow, if you want to do it tomorrow, we'll do it tomorrow. Whatever you want to do, mate. I am easy like Sunday morning. But I will be ready to go immediately after this as well. Up to you, mate. Up to you. Any changes, Doug? I would expect maybe Couto to be the only change for maybe a Sean Gregan. Maybe a Laurent Blanc and Janikowski goes forward. Maka on the right of midfield, mate. Nikolaidis up the top. So straight swaps presumably as well. Where is he? Fucking hell, he's miles down the bottom. Lovely. And Couto survives the chop. No problem. Yep, lovely. There we go. Go through to 60. Let's see if there is any change for Couto. There's not. Has not done a lot there, to be honest, at all. Flew to 60 minutes. Exactly as it was at half time. As is, we go to 90 minutes. Faith in the troop from the Fire Dogs. At home at the Pokemon Gym. Don't think they're getting the Fire Dog badge. It looks like taking pole position probably undeservedly so on the face of things. Jersey Dudek keeping everything at bay there. And it is 3 points for the Poles. Right, see how we shit that. Cheers, mate. No problem. Not a problem at all. And this is how we stand Ewood Wanderers at the top of the pile in Div 2. The Patriots only 3 points behind and a game in hand, but are now knocked out of the promotion places by the Greek Freaks, who, considering this is the original database and not 0.68, are doing really fucking well, to be honest. Yeah, other sort of standouts there are, middle of the pack, not doing too badly. Lots of goals from the Welsh side. 5 feet, Falls Rush in, and the 3 Stripes doing pretty well so far. Only the 1 defeat each. Whereas in top division, 2 unbeaten teams, top of the pile. North American Scum doing pretty well. I don't think anybody's played them yet. I think maybe I played them. No, White Rose played them at Drew, and they beat Stu. So yeah, doing pretty well so far. The North American team, oddly enough. Doing okay. So yeah, very, very even, for most teams. Sorry, Noopy. In sort of the middle of the pack there, nobody's really out of touching distance really yet. Except maybe Steve, who's having a tough time down there in 9th, is already 8 points behind the team at the top. 6 points isn't insurmountable. 4 points for myself and the Fire Dogs. Player stats, top of the heap, understandably so. 3 bunnies. Goals galore from Neil Somerville and Marquez. Surprisingly, Bashir doing pretty well there as well. And in terms of assists, Cernai is absolutely bossing things there as well. Whereas for the B teams, Mostovoy still having a worldie up top there. 5 goals total in your 5 games. Lovely. And as we said, Kevin Phillips absolutely bossing the division at the minute. Baggio doing bits. And Alashenko quietly going about his business. James Thomas doing well there as well. Pretty decent in terms of goals. And average ratings-wise, Bart Hoare on top. Who would have expected it? Moscow, the one I picked out, just looks absolutely unreal. Never seen him before. And doing absolute bits. And that is it for tonight. I'll get the save out sooner rather than later. And enjoyed that as always, lads. It won't be tomorrow night now, as my fam are all back. And I will try and go again at some point, either later this week, probably the weekend, or early doors next week. Get something proper lined up. But the save will be out later tonight regardless. As always, it's been a shit show and a pleasure to have you all with me. Thank you very much to everybody who was here. Stop using my real name. I'm an enigma. I'm a nickname and nobody knows anything else. It's been a pleasure, lads. Appreciate it for sticking with me so late on a school night as well. Love to you all. Toodles.